So as per usual, just a friendly reminder here to go at your own pace, take breaks as needed. If you experience any faintness, dizziness, pain, shortness of breath, that you need to stop exercising and just recover, and we can move on from there. Okay, so we're going to begin with a warm-up, starting in a kneeling position or half kneeling. So we're going to be doing the thoracic rotations. So right leg is in front, 90-degree angle, and you're going to take your left hand down to the floor beside that leg, beside the foot, and you're going to rotate and point that hand to the ceiling and just hold that position right there. And then you're going to switch and bring the right hand on the inside, plant that on the floor, and then turn to the left. Bring it back down. Once more. Big reach and turn. And down. Last time, other way. And done. Switch sides. Okay, so we're going left leg in front, 90-degree angle. Left hand, or sorry, right hand is going to be here, and we're going to turn this way. And switch, left hand, and turning this way. And just bring it back to the middle. We're going to switch now to the floor on our backs. We're going to be doing our glute bridge variations. So we're going to be doing a couple different types of glute bridge exercises. So you're going to be sitting on the floor. Okay, comfortable position. Your head is down. Begin by lifting, planting your feet on the floor, lifting your butt off the ground. Not super high, don't exaggerate it, but it's lifted a few inches off the ground. And just hold it here. Dig in with your heels. And keep holding. Now lift your left foot off the ground. Just keep it bent, keep the leg bent. Try to keep the hips level so they're not dipping to one side. And then if you can, try to straighten that leg and hold that. Bring the leg down, transition to the other side without dropping the body. Knee is bent. Now extend that leg. Getting the hamstring stretched here. Bring the leg down, don't drop the body yet, hold it. Now we're gonna alternate, do like a march. Goes 1, down, 2. Squeezing those glutes. You really wanna activate the glutes here. So every time you step, you're engaging. And hold, lifting one leg up. You're gonna drop down and extend for 4, 3, 2, 1, and without dropping, switching. Now the right leg is up and down, up. 2, 3, and 4. Drop the foot down, but we're still lifted. This whole time we've been lifted. Just keep it there. And relax down. Excellent. Okay. Next exercise for the warm-up, we're going to be standing up. We're going to be doing a 3-point lunge. So you're going to be in a stationary position, and we're going to be doing 3 different types of lunges. We're going to be doing a forwards, reverse, and a lateral lunge, and you're going to try to do it so that you are balancing in the center position. So here's what it's going to look like. Okay, so make sure you have enough room around you, especially behind and to the side. So what you're going to try to do is you're staying in the middle with one leg. So let's say we're going to step with our right leg. Our left foot is going to remain stationary. So we're going to take a forward lunge, only go down about halfway, so half range of motion, and then back to the middle. And then you're going to do a lateral, back to the middle, and then reverse, back to the middle. So let's try a few of those so that it's a nice, smooth transition between all three. Okay, here we go. So forwards, lateral, reverse. And again, right, back to forward, lateral, reverse. Once more, forwards, lateral, reverse. Now, as you know, this is all about balance with functional training. We're going to continue doing that, but I want you to try to not touch your foot on the floor when you return to the middle, like this. Okay, so that was a challenge for me. Let's try again. Forwards, up, lateral, up, reverse. Once more, try. Forwards, up, lateral, up, reverse. A lot more difficult when you can't touch your foot in the regrouped position. Okay, other side. So now, again, make sure you have enough room. So your left foot is the lead leg, and your right is going to stay there, okay? So the first few, you're allowed to touch. So here we go. So forwards, touch, lateral, touch, reverse, okay? Keep that going. Forward, touch, lateral, reverse. One more time. Forward, lateral, and reverse. Okay, now the hard part with the balancing, try not to touch your foot in the middle. Okay, here we go. And forward, up, lateral, up. See, too much momentum, and reverse, up. Here we go. Forward, up, lateral, up, reverse. One more. Forward, up, lateral, up, and reverse. Okay. So hopefully you saw the difference between the one where your foot can't touch and where it can, and what the difference between the two are as far as obviously difficulty. And that's the whole theme of the functional training, right? As soon as you take out one factor, that's a huge factor, that balance. If you can't touch your supporting foot back down, you can't recover and restart. You have to continue with that motion, but it's more functional because you are working unilaterally, so one side at a time. And in sport, it often is that way. So with pivoting and changing direction, you are obviously forced to use one side or the other. So it really helps with developing muscular strength, stability when you incorporate that balance. So give that one a try in your workouts. 3-point lunge without touching the floor. Okay? All right, so take a quick little water break, and then we're gonna get started. You're gonna need one dumbbell, one weight, okay? All right, so since we warmed up that exercise, the 3-point lunge with the balancing, it's beneficial for this exercise. So we've done this one a handful of times, but it never gets easy. You can get better at it, but it's always a challenge, right? Anything to do with balance, doesn't matter who you are, it'll always be a challenge to maintain equilibrium or center of gravity only on one leg. It's, of course, right? So the single-legged deadlift using the one-arm row is always going to be a challenge. So the only way to really make it even more harder, even if you're progressing, is to change the weight, the time under tension, so how long you have to do it without dropping your foot down, things like that. Okay, so that warm up was perfect for this. So grab your one weight. You guys know the drill. All right. So you're going to start on your right foot, kicking the leg out behind you, performing the one-arm row, and then returning the foot back down to the floor. So that would be like the version 1 of the warm-up we just did. If you wanted to make it more difficult, you would go down, perform the row, and then the leg would be raised up in the air, and then you would continue right away. Like, that's a lot harder to do that, right? So that would be your progression. If you wanted to make that more difficult, you could do that. So I'll leave that up to you guys. I'm going to try both and see how I'm handling it. Otherwise, the same exercise format applies. Okay, let's do 10 each side. Here we go. One more, here we go. And done, okay? So I alternated every other repetition. I did the leg raise without touching. It's a lot harder. Your hamstrings and glutes are under a lot more tension when you're having to hold yourself up that much longer, right? Okay, other side. So left foot planted, left hand has the weight. Here we go. Down, row, and transition. Down, row, and touch. Down, row, and transition. Down, touch. Down, and touch. A few more to go. That was a challenge. There we go. Touch. Touch. One more. Okay, so that one's definitely a lot harder for me. On my left foot is the lead planted foot. So I could just tell the difference when I was doing those. So give that a try. It makes a huge difference when you perform it without the setting down. So if I'm here, touching, option 1 is to rest the foot down in between. Option 2 is to go down and raise the leg right away and go back down, okay? So again, doesn't matter how experienced you are, that will always challenge you, okay? Perfect. So there's your one-legged balanced deadlift with the one-arm row. Okay, we're gonna move on to the one-legged jump over. So this is a new one I'm incorporating to keep the heart rate elevated while we do this workout. So what you're gonna need is something you can place on the floor, like a line that you're gonna jump over. It could be anything, really. So if you have like a towel you could use, or a band, a skipping rope, a broomstick, mop, really anything, as long as you can kind of separate the two. So I'm going to lie this down on the floor here, and it's just going to show me where I'm going to be jumping over. Okay, so use anything, it doesn't matter. No weights are involved for this, but it will be something that will increase your heart rate. Okay, so basically sticking with the theme of unilateral, so one part of the body, and to increase your heart rate, so our anaerobic capacity, is we're going to hop back and forth over this line. Sounds easy, but on one leg, it's not. So let's say right is your first leg, hop, land. Now I have a wall here. If you have a wall or something you can support for balance, that would be ideal. So you want to jump over, hold it for 2 seconds, and over again. Now you'll notice my left leg isn't actually doing anything, so I'm not doing this. Right? So it's not very difficult. You're not using one leg, because that one I'm jumping from one and landing on the other, so the balance is canceled out. It doesn't really require much challenge in that area. So when you're doing only one leg at a time, it doesn't have to be a big jump. It's not overly taxing on the joint. It's just a small little hop, but you'll feel the difference. Okay, so let's try 10. Here we go. So 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, 4. See the balance? That's okay, that's completely normal. 5, hold, use the wall if you have to. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, and done. Okay, so when you have to land and hold it, that's the hard part, because the balance needs a couple seconds. If I use the momentum of the landing and I did this, it's difficult as far as endurance and strength goes, but there's not really much balance because I'm just landing, coiling the land and absorbing it, and jumping and landing. So the balance isn't really there. So we need that balance for functional purposes. Okay, let's try the left side. Okay, here we go. This will be a hard one for me. Okay, so jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good, awesome. You can clear that out of the way. Okay, let's take a minute, grab yourself a water. Okay, so yeah, it's no surprise. Anytime you incorporate balance, it just makes things so much harder. But the beauty of it is the more you do that and you incorporate that into your exercises and your physical activity routines, the easier everything else will become. Regular exercises are bilateral when you're doing both legs at a time, squat, anything like that will just feel so much easier. So anytime you do another workout that doesn't involve a lot of balance, it'll just feel like a lot simpler to perform. So you'll really appreciate that. Okay, wood chops. So we've done this one. Basically, you're in a kneeling position, 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle, my back knee is resting on the floor, so you're not holding the lunge. And you're gonna just bring a weight down on the outside of the body by your glutes and just hang there for a second. And then we're gonna do 3/4 of the way there. So you're gonna go here and back, here and back, as opposed to here. That would be full range of motion. So we'll go like 3/4 of the way down. Quick and slow. Quick and slow. Keep that going, quick. Focus on torso rotation. All coming from here, not your shoulders. Now full range of motion, open it up all the way. 2 more. 1, 2. Beautiful. Switch sides. Okay, other leg is in front. Plant that leg down, 90-degree angle, 90-degree angle in the back. Starting with 3/4 range of motion. So you're here, and you're coming up just to here. So slow on the way down, and quicker on the way up. Slow, quick, focus on the torso, rotation. Just really try to focus on not using your upper body for the rotation. Okay, now full range of motion, so all the way. Two more. 1, 2. Okay, awesome. You can throw that weight away. Push that off to the side. We're gonna do, let's do our crab walk with toe touches, just to get some upper body in there now. So what we can do is using the space while you're on the floor now, as you're sitting down, planting your feet on the floor, placing your hands, lifting your body off the ground, alternate between the opposites. So left foot, right hand, and then walk it forward, touch, touch, walk it back. 1, 2, go as high as you can on those rotations. So up, 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 up. Here we go. 1, 2. Never drop down. Don't touch the floor with your butt. 1, 2. 2 more. There and back. 1, 2, and finish. Ready? 1, 2, and drop. Excellent. Okay. Beautiful. Just take 30-second breather. Okay, so some more upper body. We're going to be doing a plank, full plank position. If you have that weight handy nearby, we're going to use that weight. And what you're going to do, there's no rowing involved. You're just simply going to pull it through just to distract you from the plank, give you something else to do, keep your mind off of it, and just kind of focus on your coordination. All right, so while you're holding the plank. So up into the push-up or plank position. What you're going to do, if the weight's on the outside, you're going to pull that through to the far side and then reach underneath with the other hand, pull it through. Reach underneath, pull it through. Okay, so we'll go for about 12 altogether. Okay, so start with that weight on one side of your body, on the outside of the leg or of the arm. Ready? Up in position. Here we go. Pass it through. 1. Pass it through. 2. Always return to that neutral position. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12, hold it, hold it, hold it, and done. Okay, all right, let's throw that weight away. We're done with that. Staying on the floor, let's do our Russian twists. So you're here, feet are lifted, hands are here, twisting to touch the floor. Try and minimize how much leg motion you have. And we're going to go for 18, 16, 14, keep it going, 13, 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, And done. Good. Just rest there for another 5, 4, 3, 2, up again. Ready? Continue. 1, 3, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, beautiful. All right, time for the cool down. Awesome. Okay, 2 deep breaths. Okay, hip flexor stretch. So here, leaning forward, turn to the left, right arm is on your knee, hold this position. Okay, return to the neutral position, facing forward. Go down a little lower now. Same thing. Okay, return to the middle. Switch sides. Okay, other leg is in front, leaning forward, opposite arm on top of the knee, and rotate. Back to the middle, readjust, go down lower, and same position. Return to the middle. Another way to make the hip flexor stretch more effective, basically what you're going to do, if your right leg is in front, take your left arm, reach over. You get a different pull here. So reaching over. So same thing, if it's your left leg, your right arm can reach. If you need to hold onto the wall for balance, you can. And you'll get that stretch in the hip flexors there. Okay, child's pose, sitting on the heels. And stretch out the back. And bring it up. 1 deep breath. Back down 1 more time. And return. Good. Okay. All right. That's it. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, everyone who's watching the workout. Hopefully you challenge yourself and continue to develop and progress with your functional training and some balance and strength. I hope everyone has a good long weekend, and we'll see you here next week. All right, everyone. Be well. Thank you.